My name is Mohammed Janzeb Ali from Government College of Technology, Mumbai. Today I'm very excited to have an insightful and meaningful conversation with Maya on a topic that affects almost everything in today's fast-paced world. How to balance work and life without burnout. Finding the balance is not just about managing time, it's about managing energy, priorities, and well-being. So let's begin this important topic with Maya.
Wa alaikum assalam, Muhammad Jahan Zabali. Good to have you back. That sounds intense. Work life balance and avoiding burnout is definitely a big one. A lot of people struggle with that. All right, so you want to start there. Makes sense. Like, what's your first question for me?
Okay, my first question for you, Maya, what does work-life balance actually mean in today's modern world?
Oof, good question to start with. That's become such a buzzword, right? I think, honestly, in today's world, balance is a bit of a myth. It's less about perfectly splitting your time 50-50 and more about integration and boundaries. It's about making sure your work supports your life and your life supports your work without one completely swallowing the other. It's about feeling whole, I guess, not constantly depleted. Does that land?
Okay, next question is why do so many people struggle with burnout even when they work fewer hours?
That's a really smart follow up. Fewer hours doesn't automatically equal less burnout because it's rarely about the quantity of work, is it? I think a lot of it has to do with the type of work. If you're doing something that doesn't align with your values or doesn't challenge you in a good way or feels meaningless, that's exhausting, even if it's only 40 hours. Also, the constant pressure to be on, the emails, the notifications, that stuff bleeds into your personal time and messes with your recovery. It's the mental load more than.
Okay, can you little bit explain what is fewer hours and with examples?
Right. Sorry about that little glitch. Fewer hours meaning working less than the traditional 40-hour work week, like maybe 30 to 35 hours. People think, okay, I'm working less, I should feel less stressed. But if you're spending those 30 hours doing something you hate or feeling undervalued or constantly worrying about deadlines, you're still going to burn out. For example, imagine two people. One works 40 hours a week in a job they find really fulfilling, even though it's demanding. They feel challenged, appreciated, and like they're making a difference. The other person works 30 hours a week at a job they find incredibly boring and meaningless, where their boss is constantly critical. Who do you think is more likely to experience burnout? Probably the person working fewer hours, right? It's not just the time, it's the quality of the time.
Okay, that's great. What are the most common early signs that someone is heading toward burnout?
Good question. People often miss the early signs. It's rarely a sudden crash, it's more of a gradual slide. Some common ones: increased cynicism, suddenly feeling negative about your job or things you used to enjoy, a persistent feeling of exhaustion, even after getting enough sleep, trouble concentrating, irritability, and just feeling detached. Like you're going through the motions but not really present. Also, changes in sleep or appetite. And a big one, neglecting your own needs, skipping exercise, not eating well, isolating yourself from friends and family. Those are all red flags. Do any of those resonate?
That's great. The next question is what can someone set healthy boundaries at work without feeling guilty and unprofessional?
Ugh, the guilt. That's the hardest part, isn't it? Look, you're not being unprofessional by protecting your well being, you're being smart. To set boundaries, start small. Practice saying no to things that don't align with your priorities. You don't need to give a long explanation. A simple, I'm not able to take that on right now is fine. Also, Be clear about your working hours. Don't check email after a certain time and let people know that. It's it's about training people to respect your time and energy. And remember, guilt is often a sign you're challenging a deeply ingrained belief about needing to be constantly available. It takes practice, but it's worth it.
Okay, Maya, what role does time management play in maintaining work-life balance?
Time management is deceptive. It's not about squeezing more into your day, which is what people often think. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your time and ruthlessly eliminating the stuff that doesn't matter. Prioritizing is key. There's this thing called the Eisenhower matrix, urgent, important. Basically, you categorize tasks into those four buckets and focus on the important, not just the urgent. Also, blocking out time for specific tasks and for downtime is a game changer. It's about being intentional, not just reactive. Does that make sense?
Okay, what simple daily habits can help reduce stress and prevent burnout?
Simple's good. Don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Tiny things add up. Things like a short walk in nature, even just 15 minutes, deep breathing exercises, even just 5 breaths. Making time for something you enjoy, even if it's just reading a book for 20 minutes. Disconnecting from technology for a period each day. And this is a big one, practicing gratitude. Just taking a few moments to think about things you're thankful for. It shifts your perspective. Small stuff, but it builds resilience.
Okay, my next question, how important is rest and sleep when it comes to productivity and mental well-being?
Hugely important. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Sleep deprivation is basically a form of self sabotage. When you're sleep deprived, your cognitive function goes down, your decision making skills are impaired, and your emotional regulation goes out the window. You're less productive, more irritable, and more vulnerable to stress. Rest, true rest, allows your brain to consolidate memories, clear out toxins, and recharge. It's when your body repairs itself. It's fundamental to both productivity and mental well being. You can't pour from an empty cup, you know? It's cliche, but true. What's on your mind now? Do you want to explore any of these points in more detail or move on to something else? I'm also happy to recommend a documentary I thought you might like.
Okay, that's great. My next question is, many people feel overwhelmed by multitasking, and how can they focus better and avoid mental exhaustion?
Multitasking is a lie, honestly. We're really just rapidly switching between tasks, and that takes a huge toll on our cognitive resources. It's exhausting. The best way to focus is to single task. Pick one thing and give it your full attention for a set period of time, maybe 25 minutes, using the Pomodoro technique. Eliminate distractions, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and be yes. Sorry about that little pause. Still here. My connection hiccup for a sec.
Okay.
Did you want me to finish my thought?
Okay, my next question is, what practical tips can help someone refresh their mind during a busy day?
Good timing because I just had a little refresh myself. A few things. Get up and move. Even a 5 minute walk can make a difference. Step outside and get some fresh air. Do some deep breathing exercises. Listen to music you enjoy. Have a healthy snack and some water. And if possible, take a short break from screens. Just close your eyes and let your mind wander for a few minutes. Little micro breaks throughout the day can really help. Tumbaneo.
Okay, my next question is, what can someone learn to say no politely without damaging relationship or work reputation?
You want to be firm but kind, right? Instead of just saying no, try offering a brief explanation and, if possible, a solution. For example, I'm really swamped with Project X right now, but I can take a look at this next week. Or that sounds interesting, but it doesn't align with my current priorities. It's about setting boundaries without burning bridges. A little empathy goes a long way. Focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. And remember, your time is valuable.
That's great. Thank you so much, Maya, for sharing this interactive conversation. Once again, my name is Dr. Janzi Ali from Government College of Technology, Multan. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome, Mohammed Jahanzibali. It was a pleasure chatting with you.